me and to my daughter. But even still, all three of us are Christians. I mean, you can't separate that. And, it's something to be enjoyed. Some people think, oh, you don't like science because you're, well, who started that whole business? My goodness. But anyway, I think one of the things that has helped AltSpace is that we all get to know one another. So it's not easy to troll a room because some people in that room know you from another place, and know you from another room, and you just can't go in there like you just appeared out of nowhere. So, and people, like I said, people have become familiar with one another. I see the same names all the time, and you may see one or two, but there people have become more familiar with each other over the years. And so another thing too, when they pop into a room and see so many people acting, being courteous toward one another, you're not going to feel free just to. You may have your one or two, like you said, over the years, but you're not going to feel it's a free for all. And one is that. Oh God, what was that? That we do have, there are good moderators in the room, and oh, that's it. A lot of kids don't like to come here, and that boots out a lot. I think like 75% of the trolls. There's nothing they feel like there's nothing here for them. So that's like to get rid of all the kids who just like to come here and scream and shout of their lungs and and those other trolls. Yeah, I think that's one of the good foundations is that we're like a community. There you go. We're like one big community. We bounce from one place to the next, to the next. It's like living in a neighborhood where we all get to know one another or are familiar or, oh, I've seen you over here. Aren't you from this room here? And aren't you from over there? We're not, because when you have all strangers, then anything goes. And that's what you guys are going to miss the most. We're all going to miss is the community setting, the community, and we know how this community works, and we're comfortable with it. And we're going to miss having that open calendar where you can just post stuff and have it set up for next week and the week after and the time, you know. And we're going to miss that. We're going to miss the builders, with their eagerness to build and um and just all the beautiful avatars, all the ways we can do, our hair, our clothes, and whatever. A lot of us we recognize each other by our clothes. I told my daughter I don't want to change. I may have changed it now because of a certain event where everybody wore afros. Last event in Cornerstone, we all put these afros on. I
Yeah,
just never
I
took mine
noticed.
off, and it becomes me now. But anyway, so yeah, we're one. We are, and although we saw ourselves as separate, down the line, little did we realize that we were a community. And sometimes we don't realize things until the very end. Isn't that something? And we don't miss things until the very end.
So they
What's
don't.
happening in all space? It is a spiritual thing where we did not realize how much we were connected, whether we were for one thing or the other. The bottom line is that we're connected together, and that's what we're going to miss. That unity, that community feel.
That is
Yeah,
so
I
true. Exactly. I think this is so precious.
I want to add that we're part of it's a global community at that, and I don't know too many places where things like this happen, but we're all from different parts of the earth. Well, there's no one from Africa right now, but we're all from around the globe, and we are participating in this, and we have been, and I mean it's just nice to be a part of something that's bigger
Yeah,
than our local communities as well. So thank you for sharing that, Bernie.
welcome.
Did you want to
Hmm.
add anything?
Yeah, I like your afro hair. I'm trying to deal with my aging problems. Like I have some kind of pet peeve or something like with aging, and that's why I try to work on my expectations, and I made myself gray hair to be prepared
Nice.
soon.
You look great, Ozzy.
Thank you.
I see you all the time when you're
Yeah, it's just perception, self-perception. You see, that's a whole different plane of work. Okay, excellent. I don't see any other hand raises. Would you like to? Yeah, I think yeah, maybe I can bring you my 2 cents. I think this year has been a good reconstruction for me. Like, I think I lost a lot of things that were very familiar to me for even before the pandemic started. Actually, I started earlier. I moved to another city, and my like rebooting started there because I had to, lose my family, lose my friends, lose my like connection, multiple connections. I'm like a celebrity in my little city. When I go down the street, everybody knows me. They hug me. We talk a lot because I teach English, and people know me as an English teacher, and like a modern and fun one. And that's why people, even if they never studied with me, they know me. And when I moved to another city, it was a very difficult transitioning because I didn't have a company of people to talk to. But at the same time, yeah, it's been like a time of rebooting. I had to spend much more time alone than in companies of people. And me being very active extrovert, that was like a torture, basically. But I'm glad it's been there because this is one of the projects that were born from that stressful period of pre-COVID time, COVID time, 2 years, and like something that passed that. So as well as Daniel, I joined AltSpace like somewhere around November, something like that, of pandemic, like 2020. So it's been a difficult time because when the pandemic started, I started learning and studying a lot of stuff just to get distracted from negative news because I consume a lot of information daily, and living in Russia, you couldn't be sure that the information field is in a lot, like a large percentage of information is rather negative because you see the society is working in a wrong way in some like directions, but at the same time, when you look at the whole, you see that other countries also have some problems. And I think that I decided to dive deeper into science because science is always optimistic, and just self-exploration was so interesting and so fun. So I made it fun for myself, actually. So yeah, I'm glad this is one of the children of that hard period where we rose as phoenixes from this, ash of the world at that time because everything was so difficult and in mental terms. And now we are growing as people and as a society. I agree with you that community is the most precious part that we can take away from here. And the how do I say, the clarity of discussion, the transparency of communication, that where we can discuss a lot of deep stuff without getting offended or getting too personal about stuff, because sometimes in real life people cannot separate their reactions from their ideas and from their personalities, because there are too many levels of us, and sometimes people forget about it and they want to have like simple answers, or A or B. It's not A or B, it's the whole, not only alphabet, it's the whole language that there's there. And studying yourself is like a very interesting adventure. So yeah, thank you guys for being with me in that personal process as well. It's been like a therapy for me because I had very deep conversations here. It really helped me to get out of the pit where I was stuck and where I felt like I was, being depressed and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm normally very optimistic person and I'm resilient, but like it's been too hard on me, like too much. But yeah, I think that there is something spiritual that I definitely feel like somebody's looking over my shoulder, and I want to be, how do I say, like, I want to dignify my role and actually be proud to make my guardian angel or God or whatever proud of my actions. So that's my main focus, what I can control. So yeah, it's been a pleasure. Anybody? So yeah, I think this future year I'm gonna speak more about mental health, about emotional life, about making your goals come true, making your dreams come true, and this is gonna be my motto, I think, and my goal, and at the same time lesson that I can bring into the world. That's it.
Yeah, I'll be here to support you. So let's do it.
And my special thanks goes to Mendes. Thanks for being my partner this whole time. Yeah, so like we're buddies and we actually care about each other, and I think that we genuinely feel like we are entangled, and we are together, and we have to be whenever time comes, we could be, each other's, support and family and help.
Yes, yes. Thank you to Ozzy.
How do you and
Definitely.
Mendez meet up? I was just wondering, how do you and Mendez come together to
Do you want to tell the
you
story?
always
Cosmic
eh,
happening. No, you got it.
Yeah, I never heard your version, so I don't remember if I think you had one time or something, 2 or 3 times I told the story at different
Well, it
conferences or
was
something.
actually it was me, Ozzy, and Paul
Paul.
Ladd, rest in peace. We all met at the same day at an event. I forgot what the event was.
Mental health, something. There was a lady with depression or something, like she hosted an event for therapeutical conversations or something like that. And the event was almost gone, like, I mean, almost over. Maybe 10 minutes left or
Yeah, it was
something.
like 20 minutes left or something. Yeah, and I joined and I had a wonderful conversation with Ozzy and Paul. And me and Ozzy just randomly was like, hey, let's have more conversations with other people about this stuff. So I think, what was it, that same week we started Theory of Everything.
Same day in 24 hours. It's
Oh,
been less in,
absolutely.
in 24 hours. It was such a good match because I was a speaker and Mendes asked me like, oh, you seem like you're a knowledgeable person. Like I'm a theoretical person. I talked to Paul about some topics like in these, paragraphs and charts, and like I like to discuss, some scientific research and news and all of that. And we were discussing that with Paul and had like theoretical comparisons, like, oh, this research says that, and like that research says that. And Mendes keeps like listening to us and then steps in and he says, well, I have a personal experience of my own. I'm like, what? Mendes told us his life story, and we were shocked, me and Paul, that he has such a rich and interesting background, like a very unusual experience and on topic of what we were discussing. And then Mendes asked me like, oh, you seem like a knowledgeable person. Do you have any platform or blog or something where you speak? I'm like, no, I'm a teacher. So I talk to people whenever I have like extra time, and it's like I enjoy this time coming and talking to people who can have the same level of intelligence and information and background to support and like challenge each other in discussion, like in deep discussions. And he said, well, I have a blog and I wanted to write something, but I don't have many ideas. So we decided to unite these two different parts. Like I do the talking part, and Mendes, he created the technical part, which is a little bit difficult for me.
Oh.
Yeah, and the next day, like less than 24 hours, actually, and the next day we had our first event. And then like the next one, and like since then we had like over 90 events, and 60 of them I managed to record, and I learned how to do little designs like photoshopping and like setting AltSpace and finding some philosophical questions and having conversations, maybe like dealing with trolling and dealing with moderation and like community building, all those new platforms I never heard of, like Discord or something like that. So it was fun. It was fun. Like we upgraded our hard skills and soft skills, and like over time, I did this talking all the time, and like maybe first half a year or something. When I said I told Mendes that, oh, I can't make it to the event. Should we cancel it, or can you do it on your own? He's like, no, you do the talking part. Well, let's cancel it. And then recently, I heard from people when I missed one of the events, and Mendes had that event on his own. People kept coming to me and said, oh, that was such a cool event when Mendes hosted. I'm like, I wonder what he was hosting, because I record events from my computer, but he didn't record that event. So it was like very fascinating how multiple people came up to me and they said, oh, you were sick or something. I don't remember why I missed the event. And they said that Mendes did a great job at hosting. I'm like, yay, finally we exchanged our expertise in 2 different levels, technical and hosting level.
Cool.
Interpersonal interactions. So yeah. Also, as a linguist, for me it's fun, and like I had a couple of events where I told about my background, where I come from. It was such a crazy coincidence when I have a hand raised, by the way. Finally, maybe somebody wanna join the conversation. Bernie, it was 4 minutes ago. Do you wanna get the megaphone? Yeah. Hold on. There you go. Would you like to talk about anything, Bernie? No, I can't hear you. Anyway, yeah. So, mhm. Okay, yeah. I just talked too much. Okay, so yeah, it was such a funny coincidence when I came to share my background, just to share like and let people know where I'm from and manifest myself and the area where I live, because it's not very popular in the world. People don't know much positive about it. Even if they know, it's mostly negative, something like terrorism and some kind of like ridiculous news, bad news, like Moscow, Russia. It's all the negative news, and Caucasus is actually the most dangerous part of Russia. So, yeah, and it was like a manifestation of mine. And I think Helion is gone, but Helion came up to me and he said it was such an unlikely event because there are like not many people from Russia here in AltSpace. Among of thousands of people, I probably saw like 5 people from Russia. And over the whole time, and Helion is from England, and he comes up to me and he asks me like, well, where do you come from? Are you from Russia? I'm like, yeah, I'm from Russia. He's like, oh, do you know by any chance this location in Russia which is called Kabardino-Balkaria? I'm like, I'm from there. It's like, it's such an unlikely coincidence. I'm like, this is my homeland. And he's like, oh, do you know this place? And it's like a very rare and like unavailable piece of information to many people, like to so many people, like on so many different levels. Yeah, and we happened to talk about the same thing, like about the megalithic structure that was on our territory.
The Kabardino-Balkaria shaft, it's called.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very bizarre coincidence.
Story in my second book, written with you in it. There's a character called Az in it. So,
yeah, I see. That's so flattering. She's an explorer. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, one day I'll read it to you.
Yeah, you should. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is almost American.
I do have an American accent because. Let me give you a megaphone. I'm trying to give you a megaphone and keep nodding instead of that. There. Oh, finally. Yeah, I come from Kabardino-Balkaria. It's a little space, like a little state inside the Russian Federation. Russia is so huge, and this is like the southern part of it. As you can see on the globe, you can easily understand where it is. And and it's like, so we have like nesting doll system where we have, like in Africa, for example, people know like Afrikaans and like their local languages, right? And then they also speak English, and they also speak sometimes French and like different other languages. But they have their own cultural, like local songs, local stories, local legends and all of that culture. So it's pretty much the same. Russia is officially like taken over this land for a couple of centuries, and that's why it's officially a territory of the Russian Federation. But ethnically, we actually are like very independent. Our language is very different. It's very rare language. It's like only in that local Caucasian area, where it's like Abkhaza-Adig language family, and it's a rather unusual language, and it sounds like very strange and difficult to learn because it has like very counterintuitive logic and the pronunciation. I can speak a little bit if you are curious. So that's why when I speak English, my accent is not like Russian, which is more harsh like this, and the Russian speakers don't like to talk. The language is very different. Yeah, but when I speak with my native language sounds much softer and rounder, like closer to English, and we have similar structures.
Right, closer to English.
Yeah, and that's why it's easy to have these, smoother accents when you come from these, little republics where you have extra languages, so you're bilingual. So yeah, I'm bilingual by birth, and English was my acquired third language, so. I also speak Turkish a little bit because there are a lot of people who were exiled a couple of centuries ago from Caucasus to Turkey. Simple numbers. There are like under a million people of my national group, like tribe, that lives inside territory of Russia, and 5 million people in Turkey. Because like during the war, like 2 or 3 centuries ago, like the Caucasus against Russia, like Caucasus was taken by Russian Empire, and like a lot of the population was sent or exiled or ran away, who knows, to Turkey. And now there are like a lot of people in Turkey who live with the same ethnicity, with the same language, with the same background, but exiled and born in Turkey for 2 or 3 generations.
Did you,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you tell them about how we found out that you were the black people of
Yeah, I make the joke all the
Caucus?
time. It's ironic because
You are what?
the word
Yeah,
Caucasian comes from this area, basically. They were like German or
yeah, it
British
comes from the area.
scientists, yeah, who had like this racial, theory in like 3 centuries ago or something like that, 17th or 16th century. And they used the word Caucasian to indicate the white race. And that's why in the English language, when you live in America, when you want to describe a person, you say he was Caucasian or she was Caucasian, like means white skin. But it is so ironic that inside Russia, our region is more south, and that's why we have darker skin, and that's why they say, "Oh, these black asses."
I was
They,
wondering about
yeah,
your skin color there. I said, like, is that a tan color she has, or looks kind of
Yeah,
dark?
it's a
they
color
call
of
us black
my
over there.
soul.
Black
Ah,
over
yeah,
there. They said.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
so black
Yeah, they
over
call
there
it.
then.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
call
yeah. In
us
real
black
life, you can see my photograph over
caucus.
there. Like I look as a regular white
She's
person,
not
but my
about
heart
that.
is a black heart. A woman who dances like in
Oh, you look
Africa
like a regular
and
white person.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
well, it's if you define it on
Definitely
territory of America, maybe yes, but inside Russia, where
oh,
all people are white, we're black people. So that's the irony
Yeah.
behind it. That's
oh,
funny.
okay.
Yeah, you gotta change the word
That's
Caucasian. By the way, it's too
Uh,
racist, too
yeah.
yeah old fashioned.
Blueberry was trying to say something. Do you need a megaphone? I'll give you a megaphone, Blueberry.
Well, welcome. Oh, I see you are my friend as well.
Hi.
Hi, welcome
Hi
to.
there.
Yeah, yeah,
Hi.
memories.
Oh, I was saying, I was laughing. I was like, I'm blue.
Exactly. See, that's funny. Also, like,
that's funny.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Look at Mylin. He's purple,
And Mylan's
with
blue.
yeah,
Nice.
with green
Yeah.
hair. Isn't that
It's a
crazy?
fun story how I turned blue too. So, but it's
And
my
Judge
first
is
time
gray.
here, so I'm sorry it's the
Yeah.
last, but
Oh, yeah.
it
That's
was really
unfortunate.
cool. You guys are all sharing your experiences, so I'm really getting a good idea. And I love when you speak about ethnics, and I'm reading something about Red Cross over here, and I'm reading, and you keep picking up words as I'm reading them. It's really neat. You're very in
Cool.
tune. You can tell. It's
The Red
cool.
Cross. Yeah, we
Thank
do
you for letting
have.
me share.
I had friends who worked in the Red Cross in
Hey,
Kabardino-Balkaria.
You
Yeah.
can tell you
Mhm.
have a really good connection. I was like, she's Red Cross, isn't she? I'm just trying to volunteer and jump in.
Ah, cool. No, I've never worked
I'm
for the
reading
Red
about it.
Cross, but I can definitely relate to what they're doing. But I think that in Russia, there's a lot of stuff changing in the world. Like the whole world is transforming, and it feels inside Russia, it feels as if it's our problem because of the aggression and like attack to our brothers and like all this international craziness where it's just two superpowers changing positions. Like superpowers in the world are changing and shifting. The focus moves from the Western world to Arabic and to Asian world, and I think that's what's going on slowly but surely. And that's why I think but whenever I talk to people here in AltSpace, I realize that we have pretty much the same problems around the world. Like we think about the same stuff, and like it feels like there are older systems that try to cling to older lifestyle, and that's why they're fighting, and they want to keep the world the way they remember it, the way it's like more violent, more I don't know, in some many other ways. And we are like sovereigns of the new world, maybe like a new harbingers, is that the word? Yeah, harbingers of the new world, where it's more equal, it's more multiplied, it's more like not what's the right word, diverse. Yeah, it's more diverse, and like you can have more languages, more ethnicities, more identities. It doesn't really matter. What matters is what kind of person are you. I have this another racist joke. It's like that we have a democracy here. Everybody's equally discriminated here. So yeah.
remember, remember I used to say all the time, we're coming from a world ruled by slavers, and now we're trying to uplift into something else. I think I haven't said that in a long time because I think we've done a really good job here of like uplifting and elevating conversations,
And
and I do
ourselves
feel like
too.
we kind of had an impact on the world, yeah, and on ourselves just by being here and sharing and experiencing and hearing other cultures and just having that exposure has really helped me to grow and I think we're all do different things, and we all work in different industries. So, what we take from here, and if it had an effect on us, will impact the world. So, congratulations on being one of the good foots forward, guys.
Congratulations to you on this. I think I can definitely sell. Whenever they say, if you want to change the world, change yourself, I think we somehow, like, it was somewhere in the back of our mind. We never intended to do so. But I think that's what we've done. We actually learned more about ourselves. We learned more about people around the world here in AltSpace. It's a huge phenomenon that it's a space where people are so pre-selected that they're immediately great, like immediately amazing. I'm like, what? This is like an anomaly. Like, you don't see this in everyday world where everything's just crazy and people don't hear each other. And this is so amazing. And I think I can say that I changed myself, and I believe that I can take it to the world and change the world a little bit, but still. So yeah, I'm trying to have this mirror both ways, the world and myself, and having development in both of them. Hi Lolas, I haven't seen you forever, my ADHD community friend.
Yeah, hey, Lawless.
Yeah, come on, bring some juice and fire in here. Let me give you a microphone.
Let me think.
Oh, you do.
Other platforms. That's it, really. Other platforms: Spatial, Engage, Decentraland, Hyperfi, IO. There's so many other platforms.
Benter?
Chat, obviously, but Spatial has stepped the game up. So I've just been jumping from platform to platform, really, and just trying to see where we're going to go next. Like, and just
share your experience.
All the cool people that I know and all the people that are doing stuff. So, about the noise, I've got lots of people in my house.
That's fine. Share what you found to the community. Well, we still can. Where should we move?
Well, there's a place called Hyperfi IO, and what you can do is you can go in a headset and a mobile phone and a PC, and you're anonymous. So you basically drop your world, like you could drop this world in there, and then. But I think the only thing is that you either have to pay for the initial like the kind of getting on it, but that's really cool. A few of my friends are in there, and then I've been to obviously VR chat, but I've been going there for 2 years since I've been in here, so I know about VR chat. So just that thing of being everyone in the room, like if you've got projects, I'd say look on other platforms to see what can house what you're doing, and if it can, then that might be the place to go. But I'm gonna miss AltSpace, because if it wasn't for AltSpace, I think I could have gone mad in lockdown, to be fair. But
yeah, like what?
Places like yourself, do you know what I mean? Like, I came in it every night when everyone else is in lockdown. I was flying around the world, meeting people, and people like, what are you doing? How comes lockdown wasn't that bad? I was like, I had AltSpace, man. AltSpace kind of, and the people I met in here kind of saved me. So every night I was up till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning in here. So
yeah,
but yeah, there's Spatial's good. Spatial's alright as well.
Yeah, that's where we decided to move. And VR chat probably. Oh.
VR chat's nice if you get the right people. VR chat is lovely. If you get the wrong people, then it's a bunch of screaming kids being really rude.
Yeah. Yeah, VR chat is more difficult to control. Yeah, I guess.
What was the first place you mentioned, Lawless?
Because we had a thing on a Thursday.
Spatial?
And they were called the Metaverse Crew before Mark Zuckerberg called it Meta. And they're like filmmakers, producers and stuff, and they do Vienna Film Festival. So they're serious about world building and stuff like that, and they're a really cool bunch. And then they go and look at all these other cool worlds in there and on other platforms, and that's what we're doing, really, just going on other platforms and seeing where the creatives are going, and can we stay something like this elsewhere, or can we do something better than this? Is this like the first step? So I'm a bit sad.
Nice. Can you repeat stuff that, like, people want to ask more about some of the platforms that you mentioned, because you obviously have more experience at this, and we could use that experience as well. Earthling,
well,
would you
know,
like?
it was. Yeah, go for it. Any questions?
What
Nice.
was the first place you mentioned?
The health high
She's-
profile.
My VRM team, my guys, my
High-profile.
family VRM team, we're going to VR
High
chat.
profile.
But
IO
what Shushu's
something?
doing, he's doing his own SDK. So we'll have a VRM SDK that then we can try and download it on all platforms. And because what he originally was doing was he was going to design a kit that you could have. It was
Nice.
all kind of VRM kits, but it didn't work out, obviously, because AltSpace is now closing.
Yeah, I think the AltSpace
Yeah, we're all in
spaces could be taken to Spatial,
Mika's
right?
in there, yeah.
Yeah. It's so
Spatial's
cool.
beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Spatial's nice.
Yeah. So
Spatial's really cool. It's got a
I
lot
like
better because
Spatial.
when I went in there, when I went in there originally, it was a bit clunky. Like it was like, you know, in AltSpace you move quite smoothly. In there you would stop, and I was like, this is rubbish. I'm not coming in there, and I left. And then I've come back 2 years later with the Unity update, and now they're trying to obviously get as many AltSpace people in there as possible, and it's improved a little bit. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
another platform I've looked at.
I think they have legs as well.
And
Was it-
Decentraland,
profiles.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, Decentraland. If you're on a PC, it's kind of cool.
Mhm.
But it's just PC, and they're testing VR right now, and I think it'd be a perfect platform to go on because they've got NFTs. You can wear wearables. There's people in there like giving you
Spatial
clothes
does
or
have too.
doing giveaways. Decentraland, yeah, Decentraland's PC based.
Yeah, we actually discussed with Mendes the fact that we could use NFTs because they're integrated in Spatial, so we could have some kind of. I really want to dive into creativity just for myself, like to create some characters or something like that, and I think we should get going. And I think that Spatial has NFT something like exhibition or something, and it's another way that community could actually start investing into into this development, so that way people can have something like Patreon, like cheap NFTs, for example, that people can just take to participate in. Though, true.
Azzy, I went I do a party once a month called the Black Sun. It's the Black Sun. It's in VR chat. I'd love to invite you all there. Come
Okay.
along, it's really cool. But
Yeah,
I
send
realised
your
there's
invites
all
to
these
everybody.
avatars in VR chat. I will do. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
I was thinking
do
to
it right
split
now.
spaces if anyone's interested, but I didn't know the time difference is always a bit mad.
As always,
Get
as
as many
always.
alt spaces as possible. And talk about the greatness. Does that make sense? Like,
It does. It does. Do you remember if I sent you any message and you sent me your email? Do I have you in my database? Like I have around 50
I
or
think
60
so.
people.
I've
Yeah.
got Discord.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna be lost right now. Все, нельзя запускать видеокарта уже моросит.
Land.
For sure, pretty soon. So we'll
Yeah.
know for
There's
certain.
quite a few. I don't know. I didn't have the best experience yet, so it took
Yeah,
too
how
long
was
to onboard. All my
Neos?
friends were in there, and it just took me ages. So I've just got to go just give it a go again. I'm not going to
Right.
give up. I just want to try as many platforms as possible
Yeah.
and just meet as many creative, cool people as possible, and then try and do either stuff in the real world or get to go to some big events, and meet people. But
Random question, guys.
Have
now
you
here,
seen
I've
now,
heard about that.
Nowhere?
Not been there,
Or
I've
now
heard about
here?
that.
Oh, nowhere. I
Yeah,
heard
I've
about
heard
it too.
Just check that out. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
Mendes.
new, and there's another thing called.
I rely on you.
I forgot what it's called. So it's basically a browser,
Banter?
and So say I jumped on it now, and I didn't know where everyone was. I could see where you are. It'd say AltSpace VR chat. It'd say Mendes is in VR chat. It'd say Azzy is in Decentraland, and I could just go and click where you are. I think it's called Lighthouse. So that's kind of cool as well. It's like it's a web browser. So there's loads of stuff, man. So I just it was like AltSpace for me was a bit staggered. So.
Yeah, send me all the useful stuff because this is all very valuable. I'm recording anyway. I can watch it again, but it's just a high profile, right? You said, right? Highprofile.io.
Hyperfire. HYPER. Hyper. Fire. I think it's Fire or Fry. I'll send you the message.
FY.
Yeah, I'm terrible at spelling.
It's
Yeah.
HYPRFY.io.
That's it, yeah.
How do you spell that again, please?
Yeah, let's use the browser.
HYPRFY.io.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you connect
yeah.
it to your wallet, and
Yeah, I'll
then you
send it
can,
to you
and then
real
you can
quick.
kind of, or you can just go in there and look around. But if you want to put a world in there, you connect it to your wallet. You pay a little price, and then you've got a world, but it's permanent. And I kind of
Oh,
like,
really?
I like
Oh,
the
you
idea
mix
of
it.
it. I like the idea of
I
it.
thought you said
Yeah.
high profile, but it's hyper FYIO.
No, I just sent it. I just sent it in a message.
Well, there it
Yeah,
is.
there's the link. Yeah, that's it. Hyperfire.io. Sorry, HYPRFY.io.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mendes.
Yeah, let me use the browser. Yeah, I'm gonna use the browser to have some introduction to this.
Yeah.
Unleash your imagination.
Oh, it says
Ooh,
I'm
sounds like
friends.
fun.
Yeah.
Mid Journey. Ooh.
So this Hyperfire. This is quite cool. So you can go in there on your mobile phone, on a PC, and a headset. So Uncanny Alley, see that one, the third one at the top. That's where I go. That's where my friends hang out. Uncanny Alley. But yeah, there's some really cool worlds in there. Some really cool worlds, like some really cool stuff that people are attempting to do.
That's SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like death
But that's what I was
robots.
trying to say. The other thing, I met some guys in VR chat, and I saw these avatars. So then I went and looked for these avatars on his website, and I found I was selling avatars for 20. Sold over.
Oh, I should start selling
And I was like,
avatars.
what?
Yeah.
My computer is
I'm
rather
like, also all these avatars you
lame.
see jingling about in VR chat, some people have paid.
To join you.
Oh, this is my friend's place. So this Uncanny Alley also exists in VR chat.
Mm-hmm.
It's mad, and Uncanny Alley is part of my crew, and we do every Thursday we do a world hop. So if you guys are around, meet me in VR chat. I'm still local. I'm
still
Boba
not
Fett
loaded
or
yet?
Mandalorian.
Ooh,
I'm
another
talking about
nice coincidence.
VR chat.
How do I find you again? Like, what's your
Yeah.
profile? Yeah. Anyway, send me all the information.
I'm lawless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, I think this is so cool that even VR chat has been around for a while, and still it has the marking that early access. I think we are early adopters of the metaverse. Okay, finally it loaded.
Oh, do you see me?
Is that you,
You don't see
SpongeBob?
me?
Pew, pew. How do you change your
You can take the avatars,
suicide?
So there's
Whee.
avatars on your right. That you can,
I got a data
So
of
if-
VRMs that I uploaded already.
Yeah,
And
if
see, so this building, it's got 5 floors, and Metarick, who's this whole kind of futuristic cyborg, he's building this platform. He's building the 5 floors, so you can get the lift. And then there's an actual game where there's a girl called Ghost.
I'm stuck.
And she kind of there's something happened to her, and you kind of have to look at all these
It
clues.
looks like you
and
fell
find it.
down.
It's kind of cool.
At the end.
Oh, you fell down. There you go.
yeah, I do suicide trials always. Like a hyperactive kid who's always gonna jump off the cliff.
I gotta change this.
What, you SpongeBob?
Nah, I've changed. I gotta.
Mr. Savage.
Oh, that's cool. Who's that?
That's Mendez's alter ego.
Mr. Savage. I like it.
Now you know his real name. He's
Yeah.
Mr. Savage. Are you an anime character?
Yeah.
Oh, yasumi nasai. Senpai.
I thought it was a.
Konnichiwa, senpai
But
desu.
the only thing I'm not. Well, maybe in the future, but you can't add friends in
What?
Hyperfight because you can go in anonymous. Anyone can go in anonymous. You can put your name up, but you can't add like in here. I can click on you as a friend. That's the only thing they haven't done yet.
That's
But it
too
might be
bad.
done in the future.
Gotta be able to have friends.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is the one right here.
How do you do
it
that?
changed
That's very
me.
cool.
Did it change me into a blue person? I should be blue now.
No.
I'm blue. Dum dee dum da. Oh,
Oh,
that's
there you
cool.
go. Yes.
You're yokai.
Don't be
Oh,
blue if you
nice.
can't be blue.
You have a big nose. You look like a Japanese
That's my
yokai. It's like a
son.
demon.
That's my son.
Oh, cool.
Pinocchio.
He's supposed to be the character on my shirt, but I couldn't make him fat. But I mean, I could.
Nice. I like the physics of the oh sorry, bumped into. Like the fabric is moving. Pretty cool. Physics.
But yeah, so I've been there. This is cool. One of the and I like it because you can go on their mobile, PC, and headset, and that's
Yeah, that's what we
like
need.
Mona
Lighter,
yeah,
lighter
Yeah, that's why I got
headsets and
this.
like
Yeah, I think
access
that's
from
good.
phones.
That's for more
Yeah.
accessibility.
Okay,
Yeah. 'Cause then I
suicide
think
time.
about why I like AltSpace is because you can just get a bunch of people in a space. But now, like, if we're going on another platform, how
I'm
much
stuck in a
does this
cycle.
platform hold? And then you start thinking about logistics, the onboarding, the people there already, and benefit we had it here. It was quite easy, but it was still when they done a Microsoft update, it was a bit weird, like logging in with Microsoft's account. I think I've done all that headache for this for nothing because now it's closing on Friday, so
At least with that.
a bit of annoyance. But then I
Yeah.
wish I was a philanthropist that could buy this from Microsoft.
Katana.
You can.
Yeah, someone should save it. They shouldn't let it
Oh no,
die.
there's swords. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? If we could round like the crowdfunding and violence and call it something else.
Violence.
Exactly.
Suicide and violence.
That was my dream I had. That was my dream.
I can't
really.
Sorry.
Ooh,
Sorry.
oops, I think my computer just stopped working.
They're
Yeah, I think I'm dead.
didn't even.
Yeah. They just,
Yeah, blue screen.
Yeah, they're just pulling the plug because they're interested in mesh. And I really hope mesh does everything they need it to do. But I
think
they
I'm
really missed
dead.
the trick here.
Now I'm a
Some of
ghost.
the best creatives
I agree.
in the VR space on this platform, building worlds, and you didn't even help them out, and that was a bit like after because we won an award and they didn't even help us, and I was just like, okay, AltSpace is kind of I don't know what's going on in the background, but they're not helping their builders, so that was a bit strange.
That's sad. Should build on.
Yeah, they really weren't helpful. So, but without this place, I wouldn't have won an award. I wouldn't have won a Rain Dance Immersive Debutante Award with the Vivarium crew, and we won a Cannes recently.
Congratulations.
So that's kind of cool. So yeah, it's been like I said, this is really kind of
On your
Lawless.
award, not
Yeah,
trouble
no,
they
thank you,
didn't.
man, thank you. It's
Okay.
really cool.
I'm at level 5.
I think we've got a tour. Shushu's doing a tour. I think tomorrow of the Vivarium worlds. What
Cool.
the team
I
have
got
created. So
Deadpool,
if
too.
you're around,
When?
yeah,
What's the-
you got a tour as well. I've got to come on that one.
He's in Poland, right?
Oh, no,
What's
I
the
don't have a tour. I was just going to Deadpool.
Oh.
Phil Burt joined?
So yeah, I sorry, go on.
Rick,
Yes.
you were here? No, only
I
two
don't
ghosts.
know. That's the scary thing.
Somebody told me 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
10.
So what's
Oh,
that
Monorail
UK?
was 4. Hey there.
10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is what I was told at another event just before this.
Sounds good. Eastern. What's time?
just
Eastern time?
Pull the plug. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
3
So maybe they
p.m.,
wanted 10 o'clock on 10.
Nice.
That's
Should be
yeah,
nice for
first
Russia
thing.
too.
That's a liberty.
So we could have
3
like a
p.m.
going out party and then just fizzle into the Mare at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, 3 p.m. That's kind of early
don't know
for
whether-
us as well.
Would we fade out gradually?
Where you at?
Would we just go like poof one after the other? Everybody all goes at once?
Yep, and then shut it off. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Would we dissolve into dust like in that
Film?
that comics movie? What was that one called again? Half the characters disappeared.
The War of something Infinities or something like that.
But
Infinity War.
that's-
It
Yeah,
says in the close
yes.
on price. They've got. I hope.
It's raining. Gives the event a different
We
vibe.
don't have any reason to doubt this person, so on the basis of that, it may be that is
I suppose they
so.
just want rid of it now,
Okay.
don't they? I suppose they just want rid of it.
One thing is there,
Hold on.
I did read on the Discord server, not to say you're 100% wrong, but it was 10 a.m. Pacific, which would be 1
Okay,
o'clock
that
New
might
York
make more
time.
sense with Microsoft being
That
based
does,
on the
yeah.
Pacific coast.
Can you send me
And
any
while
links?
I got you here, it's Pacific time, California.
It's also possible I
okay.
misheard and it was Pacific, not Eastern, but I do remember hearing 10.
Well, they
Right.
usually say Pacific, and then everybody converts it to New York
Right.
time, and they'll repeat that. But the one thing, while I got you here in the room,
Oh, wait a sec. Did you say 10 p.m. or 10 a.m.?
AM.
Ten
I
a.m.
think Jim was trying
Yeah,
to announce
just
something.
1
Let
p.m.
me get a
Eastern.
megaphone, Jim. Oh, you got it.
all right, there, boss.
Go ahead, man.
The one thing I wanted to ask while we had this these group of minds here in the room, you know, the only reason I'm here today is because of an event calendar, and
Yes.
you know, you're talking a very large number there, Lawless, of other worlds where cool things, equally as cool as this, are
Yes.
happening. And I'm sitting saying, if I was organizing this loss of one thing and going to a bunch of others, because it has to get diverse into 3 or 4 directions, I would probably want to say there's one spot where we're going to centrally list events. But then something
Right.
says that the sense of discovery will probably, hopefully, recover enough that we're going to find those events somewhere else without
Yeah.
keeping track of them.
Fingers
Because
crossed.
every time I see somebody doing something here, put a slant to it.
Yeah.
So if you're going to keep an open mind, you want to go out and find the events for yourself and keep the good ones. And do you agree with me there, people? What's your thoughts on, do we need an
Yes.
event calendar?
I think it's gonna be a good
I like
idea,
that idea.
because I really need those anchors to get online, because my little analysis actually
Yeah.
for a year and a half or something, I didn't have time to get on VR just to have fun, to play anything else but just these 2-3 hours of toe every week. That's it. And that's why for me it's really important to have those anchors, like I know that it's going to be like some interesting event at some certain time, so the time window would be perfect, so that way I could just jump, see my schedule, like, and immediately decide to jump in and have like some interesting stuff. But I know myself, I would love to have some like visual representation, something like email with a screenshot of like people come in or something like that. I'm gonna definitely do that on my own and keep some information on my YouTube. If you go to YouTube channel, you'll find some extra channels of connecting with me. For example, my English, as not English chat, like I keep it for my Russian speaking students, and they're really fun. And I share all the information and stuff that I learn and I watch and I study at the time, and I share stuff that I want. And there are like some interesting people who share their stuff, and you could join that as well. And then it's just fun to keep in contact and just to remember our names, or at least like to keep the names. I think I'm gonna keep my name on every platform as a limitless mind. It's fresh and it sounds good. I like it, so I'm gonna keep it on other platforms. My name is not very popular, so I think whenever you see Ozzy, that's gonna be definitely me, whatever I look. So yeah. And yeah, VR chat has been prominent. Like I keep hearing VR chat from different platforms, and like I'm on Discord, and I see some communities there. So Discord would be fun. If you have any community, if you have any Discord, you could point me to. I would love to get some contacts with people, so that way later I know where to look for them. Facebook group. There's a Facebook group that somebody sent me last time, like refugees, people who left AltSpace. Yeah.
Space refugees.
Something like that. That was fun.
There
Yeah.
should be one group for everyone from AltSpace to say where they're at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
reason-
that
the reason
wasn't
I think
set
it's
up.
called. When I find out, I'll post it. I'll send it to Azzy or to we're not friends, but if you're on Discord, I'll find you. But there's supposed to be a group at AltSpace. I think they're called AltSpace Refugees, but it's going to be called Metaverse Refugees or Immersive Refugees. Obviously, when AltSpace closes, but I think they should keep the title, and then everyone has a place where they can go and just chat. Because what I liked about AltSpace is this: I could just jump in and I always
Yeah,
find someone
mhm.
I know where VR chat. There's not like a campfire, like you kind of. You
Have
need
to
to
look for
even know
something.
where you're going to meet people, or once you
Yeah.
see your friends online, you can start a private instance, and then everyone can go there. Or you can start groups now in VR chat. There's groups, VR chat groups, so you can have a group of people.
So
Yeah,
I'm on
yeah,
Discord
VR chat,
right now
So they've got
from
groups, yeah.
from my
They've got
phone.
groups
So if
now.
you can
Thanks for
recommend
adding,
anything,
Wallace.
yeah. If you how do I find you on Discord? Is it...
Yeah, on Discord, I'll tell everyone I'm lawless.
Oh, I found you. Yeah,
Let me find it.
easy. Wave to Lawless.
Yeah.
Hi
I've been friends
there.
with Lawless for 27 months.
You're everywhere, like
Yeah.
VR networking, Evolver, EdVR,
You know,
Mid Journey.
That's the bit I don't like about. That's the bit I don't like about VR chat. Like I don't like. I know people and they're good friends and all that, but I can look at you and go, I've known you 27 months. I know you 23 months. Like that's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've known you guys and I've spent more time with you guys than some of my family and some of my friends, especially through lockdown. It was crazy.
Exactly,
Crazy.
exactly.
And people going, what you do
Yeah.
now? Going, well, I'm going to meet Azzy and we're going to chat for a couple of hours. And I've got a friend
I'm
called
going to a
Haley
rave.
who's writing a book, and I've got a friend who's a game. I'm like, I've got all these cool friends. Like, where are you meeting them? They're not come to your house. I'm like, no, they're in VR. I'm like, what are you talking about? I said, we fly, we go around all these worlds,
Yeah.
we spend hours and
Community.
chatting and just putting the world to rights. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, if you haven't got a headset or PC, you won't know. So Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
My people in real life are so far away from virtual reality that they get shocked when I say, well, I teach English to Russian speakers and I host my talk shows in all virtual reality. Like, wait, what? You're hosting what? Where? Like, the combination of words, like I host talk shows in, in virtual reality, it just shocks people. And they're like, yeah, very interesting, but not very interesting, because they don't even understand what's going on. Like, I have to explain to them, like, it's like phones, but like in the beginning of the era, and like phones, it has like different platforms, like different applications, and some of them are social.
We're a part of it.
Yeah,
We're a part of it.
Yeah, I have to explain.
Yeah,
And
we're
that's the
part
thing
of
that
history actually right now. Just so you guys know.
Right now, yeah. And that's the thing that moved me. I kind of took it for granted, I jumped in here, jumped out. I've been in there for hours till the sun comes up. Took my headset off. It was dark. Took my headset off and it's bright, like the lights hit me in the face. Like, I've had some really cool times in here, and I'm really like, but I've met some of the coolest people in the world, literally in the virtual world. So
yeah, same here.
that now I consider to be friends, and I'm like, if I ever run into you, I know, because I've met two people that I met in here that are part of the Metaverse crew that I go to via chat, so I got them to come over here. And one of the guys, Rick, who does this Uncanny Alley, he's from South Africa and he came to the UK. So he arranged to go for a drink. So I turn up at this bar, but my phone dies. So then I can't even contact him by WhatsApp to say I'm here. So I'm standing in the bar full of people going, I just have to listen to everyone's voices because I recognise
Yes. Good.
And then he came in the bar and I'm ordering a drink. He went, sorry, is your name Lawless? And I'm like, yeah. And he went, it's Rick. And I'm like, yeah. So,
Entanglement
the whole evening.
in real life, right?
Yeah, it was mad. It was so mad.
Yeah, I definitely have this crazy idea of coming to Britain because Paul, first of all, was buried there, and I want to visit. Yeah, his grave. I want to meet like Hellion, see the places that he keeps telling me about in Torquay and like all these observatories, and hopefully, if you have time, we could meet. Hey, Paige, is that you? Hi there. Happy to see you.
Paige, is that you?
Yeah, yeah.
Paige.
Do you know Paige too? Yay! Cool. Who else? Mar Delassoir.
Can everyone hear me?
Yeah, let me give you a microphone.
Oh, hey, Paige. Glad you stopped by.
Okay, welcome back. There you go.
Over here chilling. No, I was really late. I'm really sorry that I was so late.
It's cool.
Was working.
There's no such thing.
Kept on not ending.
Yeah.
And then I went to turn on my headset and probably 30 minutes ago. Still way late, and it was dead.
Oh, I hate them ones.
But I made it.
You made it, yeah. It's lucky that I thought about finishing the event maybe 5 minutes ago or something. I'm like, oh, it's getting dark, and then now I see that I should stay for a little bit longer to catch the late entrance, like yours.
I would have been really sad because I had emailed you and I told you I would be here. And I'd be like, oh my gosh, is that it? Will I never hear her voice again? I'm just kidding.
You will hear my voice over and over again on YouTube, my YouTube channel. You can easily find me there. As I said, I definitely, sometimes I actually was editing something. Yeah, I was editing something on YouTube, and I put on some background noise, some of the videos that I recorded it. I couldn't recognize myself, what I was saying. I'm like, was I saying that? It was really interesting to listen to the events again after 2 years. It was so cool. Yeah.
I bet. Yeah.
Cool.
Our voice already sounds funny, but then you hear something you thought or considered 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just a whole different thought.
But the other thing as well that got me is someone came up to the other day, and then we used to do a talk show called Real Talk, and it was really cool, and I completely forgot I did that, and then people were like, why didn't you do it again? Because people got jobs in real life, moved, and they didn't. He was like, oh yeah, and I was like, oh yeah, we did a talk show. That was it's crazy in this short space of 2 years. So Azzy, man, thank you for this space as well. Can I give you your round of emojis while I'm here?
Yeah, I wish I wore a headset. We could have awkward hugs.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for this space, man.
Yeah, thanks for coming. That was so cool. Yeah. Yeah.
My
Keep
name's
in
on it.
touch.
That's why I jumped in. I'm like, go, get in there, go get in there.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. Wrong smileys. Yeah. Nice.
So-
Very cool.
I did not mean to interrupt.
You should.
It's fine.
There's no such thing as interruption. We just
You're
all
right.
communicate.
Yeah.
Go ahead. we.
I'm just so like because I'm in work mode and I'm ADHD anyway. So you guys are just catching me in.
Lolis and I are ADHD bunch
I'm
too.
really
So
sorry.
that's fine.
But,
Paige, Paige.
Anyway,
Hey,
thank you.
I just gotta say, I'm a ADHD superhero.
Yeah, one of the best examples.
I can solve so many problems.
Come on, man.
Anything,
We got-
actually,
we got-
anything.
We're special, man. So, I'm trying
think
to
so too,
champion my cause.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Is there some competition or something? Am I missing the competition of ADHD people?
No, you know what I think it is though is I will say that I feel like, well, one, I annoy people, right? Not all the time. I'm socially okay. But I'm just saying that I can annoy people. I interrupted a while ago. I immediately noticed I did it, and I immediately was like, oh. And so that's
Fine.
like a constant like circle of ADHD feedback, right? Like we
Yeah.
do it, and then we're like, oh, and then
Oh,
that
sorry.
makes social anxiety and stuff, whatever. But anyway. What sometimes people talk really bad about ADHD people, or like my neighbor was like, there's a couple like 2 years ago, but she said something like, "Well, I know you're not tired because you eat Adderall." And I was like,
Wow.
I actually literally don't eat Adderall. Like I have
It's
this
inborn.
prescribed medication for like a real thing.
Liberty.
And
Yeah.
the way she said it was just and so dismissive, and so I think that people don't really value it or appreciate it
No, they don't.
as like an
Don't get
actual
it.
problem. I mean, I even went
Yeah.
to the pharmacy the other day, and they were out of them, and they were like, "Well, these laws are just letting everyone have them." I was like, "Well, I don't know if you know if everyone needs them or not, but
Yeah.
like,
Nope.
it might not be the law that's a problem. The problem is definitely has something to do with logistics, though." But anyway, I was just gonna say, as I circle back, I went to big screen.
Mm-hmm.
When something
you
similar
guys-
to
Screen is
our
cool.
clips.
Yeah,
Big screen
watching
is
something
cool.
together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Big screen is cool.
I love, like, I've gone the past couple of days, and like I don't set up. You can set up not an event, but your room, Ozzy. You can
Yeah,
set it up
probably.
and name
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
whatever you
Mm-hmm.
want in like less than a minute. It's capped
Yeah.
at 15 people. And I don't know how, which is a lot. Just so you know, whenever they're all talking at once, because there's a lot of that. Like it does have to be moderated if you have a public room, of course. But you can talk about any subjects you want. I don't know. I found it. It reminds me of old school AltSpace.
Nice. You could do watch
Experience, cool.
parties. That definitely is something that's gonna be
I
fun.
like it a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
You can show stuff off in big
I got,
screen.
I got, I got, I got the
Could
cat.
opt into a karaoke room in big screen.
Oh
Really?
my!
Yeah.
For instance.
I
Yeah.
I don't wish you
can have a
to
chat
know
group
that
for any
how I sing.
topic and just say what it is.
Yeah. I put.
the li-
If you
there's a-
ever see a room
Cool.
called Atheist and Chill, that's my
Is that
room.
you?
It does not mean come in here and don't
Oh.
be chill. In case.
What's it called again, please?
Mendes
Atheist and
chips. Sounds
Atheist and
delicious.
Say again, sorry.
And- Atheist
Atheist
and chill.
and
Like
chill.
in chill, like Netflix and chill, but it's
Oh, that's
atheist
you.
and chill.
Atheists and chill. Okay.
I'm not, yeah, it's not my name.
Whole different level.
You
But
check
yeah.
people for their
thought
atheist
so.
card before they can enter?
No. I don't. Other people can
Or
come in
welcome,
there
as long as
too.
they're
And
respectable.
like we can talk, but people get like
Missed
you
your
know,
laugh.
like megahorn Satan screaming at us that we're going to hell.
Uh oh.
So
Yeah, you don't want that. That's
yeah, I
off-putting.
don't want that. So I'm like, that's not
Just,
chill. That's
I'm just,
not
I'll
a
be
chill
back in
thing
a minute.
to
I've got to
say.
plug in my headset.
Good.
Hey,
Okay, well,
I gotta
very
go. And I
Yeah,
wanted
me
to
me
say
too.
Hi, everybody.
Your chips sound so delicious that I gotta run and make myself something. Something like ramen or something. Oof, sounds very delicious.
Hey, keep an eye on the email for where we're gonna post our next event.
Yeah, yeah. We'll be established definitely.
Man, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, pleasure, you guys. I hope to see you.
Oh.
I hope you're still here. I'm gonna go ahead and like drift off, but like if you're still around, that would be great. You have my emails. So contact me whenever you whenever you wanna reach me, and like Instagram is even faster because you can see what's going on in my life, and it's easier to get in contact again. It's almost midnight, so my language system is just shut down.
Email, please.
Sure, let me send it to you. Earthy link.
Thank you.
Oh, Azzy, before you go, we get one last group picture.
Sure. Oh, great idea. Oh my goodness, you are such a gift from destiny. My goodness. Yeah. Let's go ahead and maybe take this picture this way. Who knows? I don't know. What's the best angle? Oh, we're missing Mendes. Let me message him to come back.
Thanks, Azzy.
Sorry,
I can Photoshop him anyway. Come back with your chips. Come back.
It's avatars, you guys.
Yeah, Photoshop.
and Haley, and I had this idea, so I'm saying it in front of everyone here. So imagine if you had, and someone might come up with it, so I don't know if they have. I'm just putting it out there. I want to put my avatar on a T-shirt, so in the future, if I'm out and I run into anyone, they can go, "Lawless."
Is
But
that
I want
you?
to make a 3D one. Like I want to make a really cool 3D one.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that someone's doing that and taking them into VR chat. But I'm just like, can you imagine like a bit of merch with your avatar and your name,
Cool.
so that when people see,
That would be
Red
cool. Yeah, help me with that. I would love to wear something like that. Digital clothing, anything. Oh, man, Hellion, I can't hear you. Is that me that have to re-enter?
yeah, I'm gonna have my avatar, man.
You know Palamander on here?
Oh, say again.
Palamander's doing 3D printing of avatars. I think he might be making avatar bobbleheads. I forget, but he's doing 3D printing of some people's avatars.
Oh, because I want my, I want to wear it like around my neck, like I'll have it hanging off my wrist, like my little me, like because I got a little Lego man.
We need somebody to take a photograph of us, and we have to stand arranged somewhere. Which corner should we choose? This one, that one, the drugs one, Instagram. Which
You
one?
choose.
Okay, let's do this one because it has the YouTube channel, so you can always go back and find me.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and
Aww.
CosmoCat, can I ask you to take? I don't know how to do this. Like, so I'm in the photographs.
Cosmocat, if you take a picture, then you get in Cosmocat, and I'll swap places with you, and I'll take a picture.
Yeah, that'll be great.
I was gonna suggest it since I don't know you and you know each other, but how do I do that?
I think it's perfect because you're a little bit higher than everybody is. Are you high or something? Anyway, this spot would be perfect because like you can see the globe and everybody in it, so that would be fun. Maybe I can toggle the flag.
You know what I find fascinating about this globe?
What's
If you
that?
look at it, everybody's sort of clustered almost at the North Pole, and the whole rest of the
Yes,
globe
like a
is not,
crown. Exactly.
unfortunately, well represented. It's not represented at all today.
Yeah, we've had people from Africa and Australia something. I actually was setting up the globe and I put it like halfway into the carpet, and somebody joined. Like I think it was Jet, and she said, "You can't see Australia. That's not fair." I'm like, "Oh, that's true." And I actually lifted it a little bit to engage over a bit. Okay, so I think that CosmoCat has to stand at this point where I'm right now, and we all should move in here. Somewhere, so we're not super far. Yeah, you tell us where to stand, so it's like you can see the juicy part.
Should I be in the picture too?
Everybody, come in. It's this event. It's one-time event. We should be part of the.
Yeah.
You never know. Yeah, Blueberry. Everybody, CosmoCat.
Kind of historic, isn't it?
It is.
This way.
Bastian R.
Should we get? Are we?
Yeah.
Okay,
Smileys.
Cosmocat?
We need to get
Closer a little bit. Yeah. Are we
I'm gonna
good?
get shorter. Hold on.
Are we in?
I don't know. Wait, let's ask CosmoCat. Hold on, I can't hear you. Let me give you a microphone.
Got you.
One more application.
Give a loudspeaker, please.
I'm trying.
Oh my goodness.
Finally.
There you go.
Yay!
Whee! Woohoo!
Yay! We should do one more? We should do one
A
more.
lot. Yeah.
Yay! Woohoo!
Ooh, I'm wearing white.
Counting down, 2, 1, and yes.
Right, Cosmic Cat, you get in.
Maybe we should have one a little bit closer as well.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
you
yeah.
guys.
Okay.
Like this?
Yeah,
Okay.
nice. If you got
Whee.
side,
Oops.
you got on best side.
And
Go
together a
back.
little
Go
bit.
back to Earth. Yeah.
A little bit.
Need lawless to go a bit. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Okay. Smile.
Yay.
Team of T.
Okay.
Nice.
So
Nice.
how do
We're
I
gonna
get
have
these
one with you in
ones?
it.
If you can use my email, like this is one of the ways to stay in contact with me as well and become part of this bunch if you want. It's really fun.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
that
You're
would
from
be
somewhere-
lovely. I just found the place.
Yeah, you're from Scandinavia or something, right?
Cosmic.
Cool. Are you from Sweden?
Just gonna.
Here, I'm gonna take a picture
Yes,
with.
I'm from Sweden.
Ah, jag älskar
And I'm
choklad.
a photographer.
Oh, hello in
Oh,
Sweden.
there's Ozzy.
I'm
I'm
from
here.
Canada.
Nice.
Hej, jag är från Sverige.
Oh, nice.
Me and Halian.
Yeah, you would definitely fit into the party.
Hello, England. By the
Let's
way,
take one
Canada has
picture.
increasingly become
So that way.
Hi.
more of an idea rather than a
Oh, wait.
specific origin.
Paige is gonna
Oh,
take a
where
picture
am
then.
I? Am
We
I
have
like
people
on
from
top of
everywhere.
everyone?
There.
A little bit.
Halian, turn
Just a
around.
little bit.
Ozzy,
I'm-
turn around.
Ozzy.
Paige wants to take a
hold
picture.
on, hold on.
Paige wants to take a picture. Ozzy.
Oh,
turn
nice.
around.
Yeah, I just want to take a picture with Cosmic Cat in there, so
I'm
that
at your
way.
Yeah, good, good.
No,
Oh,
you look
that's
great.
cool. Just get in the middle.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
Are we good?
Hey, Earthling, can you come?
Forward?
Earthling,
Backward?
to your left.
Over here?
I'm
I'm not sure where you're pointing.
Just closer to the group. Closer to the group is what I'm
Okay,
saying.
close to the group.
Closer
You were
to
like
the
a little
group.
bit
Okay.
like an outlier, and then Matters
Yeah,
if you want
no, I
to
don't wanna be
move
too
to your
much of an
right a little
outlier.
bit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Okay, that's-
have you read that
that's
book,
good.
Paige?
Is that okay?
Outliers.
I've read
Paige, have
parts
you read
of
that
it.
book?
Yeah, it's really
Oh,
good.
that book.
I
Shell
spy,
as well.
drive. Ooh, we're gonna do it again.
1, 2,
Get a little
3.
bit
Some
closer.
emojis.
Yeah,
Whee.
we're gonna do it again.
Oh, I have a selfie. Yeah, too.
I
Yeah.
drive.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5,
Hope
6.
it's clear.
Oh.
Yeah, it is. It's just for memories. I think that's the most
Yeah.
important part.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Yeah.
8,
I'll send
9,
it.
10.
Nice.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, yeah.
On a
Good,
dual
wow.
set net.
1, 2,
On a
Hi, Cheryl.
good.
I think that you can mark me here somewhere, tag me inside AltSpace, and like I think it's gonna be safe to. We still have
I
like
can
2 or
share it
3
with you that way. I'll probably
download.
everything. I'll probably just
Yeah,
send you an email.
same, same. Yeah, I gotta download information by the way,
there's
photographs.
Shell. Let's take a picture with Shell there.
Shell's here. Let's go. Let's take this picture. Another picture.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna stay here.
Family.
The
Mm-hmm.
shell shock and the flash.
Hope a good one.
Hey, Xbox,
So shocked.
Sorry, that was bad.
or at least Shell, can you move to your left a little bit so that way you block S? Just random and not turning this way and won't answer me. Okay.
Okay. Leave him.
Nine, spy. Look at me. Nine, spy, spy. Yeah. Good. Woo.
Aus.
Okay, perfect.
Nice.
Thank you.
Gut. Sehr gut. Fantastisch.
You-
Good.
Ja,
Det är
ja,
fantastiskt, det är
good.
jättebra.
So, what you guys doing on Friday? Hayden was asking earlier. What we doing? Where are we going Friday? We just get into everyone's. I know it's gonna be campfire.
Take us somewhere. It's gonna be a fun idea. Take us somewhere. If I manage to do so, because Friday is pretty busy. Yeah, let's do something on Friday. Let's
Should
hang
all
out.
be on a hillside somewhere, waiting for the end times.
Celebrate the end of the world.
It happens.
Okay. I make sure. Yeah. I make sure that you all guys have my email. So now I can take my ramen and enjoy my time. Oh yeah, at midnight. Yes, because I can. I'm an adult person. I can eat whatever I want.